So Vasco da Gama started out with 4 ships. One, San Miguel, commanded by him, and the other one by his brother, and 2 support ships. And they traveled up to Cape of Good Hope, traveled up to Mozambique, and from there, probably using the local sailors who used to travel across the Arabian Sea, he reached Calicut. And that was a turning point in the history of the world. That was probably the beginning of the Western colonialism, which changed the history of the world for the rest of the times till these nations sought independence. So what brought about this change? The change was brought about by acquisition of a new knowledge of traveling through the sea, going around the Cape of Good Hope, and then traveling across the Arabian Sea. So when knowledge changes, when technology associated with the times enable you to use the new knowledge, you will be able to change the course of history, or the history itself takes a new course. What did Portuguese sailors do? Did they just stop by doing trade with India? No. They went much farther. During the first visit of Vasco da Gama itself to this city, the king over here is called Samudiri in Malayalam or Samarin in English. So Samarin was probably away from the city when he knew that the Europeans had come. He came back to the city, and Vasco da Gama probably went to meet him with interpreters. And it is recorded that Samarin was not really pleased because the mighty European power of Portugal at that point of time could not carry enough gifts to please this king at Calicut. So that was the wealth and the richness of this place. And it is also recorded that Portuguese, the moment they came, their first step was, how do you destroy the Arab trade? Because they are much worried. If you can break the backbone of that trade, they will be able to, to monopolize the trade with Europe, trade in spices from India to Europe. So they resorted to force, and during the first visit itself, Gama demanded that the King Samarin send away all the Muslim traders of the city. And the Hindu King Samarin refused to send away the Muslim traders, and he had to pay a price. Gama bombarded the city from the sea. So that is the tradition of inclusiveness of this place. That is the tradition of inclusiveness of India, that even despite heavy pressures which you may get from outside, we are an inclusive place. We are open in our approach. We take in all cultures. We take in all new knowledge. But if we evolve new things on our own, we imbibe these into our culture. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because we are living in a tumultuous times, a time of change, where technology defines the pace of change and the way things are changing. If defining of the sea route from Europe to India defined the Middle Ages and the colonial era, the big step that has happened subsequently in the world, a big forward movement probably after printing press, invention of the printing press, is the internet. Knowledge is no more the preserve of few, those who have access to books which are kept in libraries. What did printing press do? The mechanized printing press brought out knowledge to the open. When I say brought out knowledge to the open, what was it before? Knowledge in the Middle Ages, up to say 1458, when the printing press was invented, books were handwritten. If you have to make a copy of the book, you have to write that book by hand. So the copies are limited. So the people who are holding those copies physically had the right over the knowledge, or they had the preserve of that knowledge. Since these were valuable and these were time consuming, these books were kept mostly in seminaries, in religious places where religious studies are done in Europe, or religious schools or such educational establishment which is location-centric in the Middle East. But invention of printing press in Europe changed this game. Knowledge became accessible to people because you could make copies of the book and it could go around. And that led to industrial revolution and all the changes that took place in Europe. If that knowledge, if that technological progress can make substantial change in the world, it is equally pertinent that today, in this point of time when we are having new technologies at our hand, we look at how these technologies can change the way we live, can change how the way society receives scientific inputs, change how we can improve the life of people around us. Improving the life of people around is the purpose of acquisition of knowledge. And that is the ultimate purpose of science, probably. So that is the whole framework of OSDD, which you will discuss and understand as you pass by these 3 days.